chegamos à final masculina. É isso aí, Lauro. Muita gente aí, né? A cena toda, a galera, todo mundo veio, não poderia ser diferente. Uma das grandes páginas da história do skateboard brasileiro sendo escrita hoje aqui em São Paulo. Salve, comunidade do interior de São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Minas Gerais, Manaus, Curitiba, todo o estado do Paraná, isso aí. Ó,
eu sou suspeito para falar, mas aproveito a ocasião para fazer um agradecimento e um elogio ao pessoal da Confederação Brasileira de Skate, a CMRRA, da qual eu tenho o privilégio, você também, de fazer parte aí quase desde o início. A gente está sempre, antes do início, né? Seria até mais assertivo. A gente está sempre viajando os 4 cantos do país e a galera continua ali difundindo o skate, fazendo com que o skate vá além das competições, realmente como uma ferramenta de inclusão social. Então tem todo o trabalho ali na coordenação técnica, seja o Roger Mancha, Júlio de Tefon, Edgar Pereira, Kobalt, o acompanhamento de Alexander, Musa, toda a galera que está por trás também, de fisioterapia com o Carlos Barreto, o Alisson Paz, enfim, são grandes pessoas que não aparecem na competição em si, mas que constroem o caminho para o skate seguir evoluindo.
Vai, Lauro.
how long till you guys come down? That's what I thought. Sounds good. And then you want Maddie and I to just kind of hang out in this, or at least me hang out in this zone over here? I'm basically in the corner. I'm not in the closest corner. I could probably hang in this corner. I'll go over to this. I'll go to the coaching corner. Thank you. How long do we have? Okay, got me that. There we go. PA boys! You just hurt your knee? You're okay though? Man.
É isso aí, galera. Aproveito para trazer para vocês, antes do início dessa fase final, um convidado especial. Tenho aqui do meu lado Você, responsável por essa pista incrível, representando California Skateboard. Hey, Joe, how are you? Very good, thank you. Great to be here. Nice to have you here. Vou perguntar para o Joe a respeito da pista. Ele que constrói não só
Sao Paulo, Brazil, the biggest city in South America, home to one of the strongest skate communities in the world, plays host to the World Skate 2019 World Championship. Welcome everybody and thanks for tuning in. I'm Paul Zitzer along with Chris Cole and we are moments away from the men's Super Crown final. Now Chris, as a winner of the World Championship in 2013, how big of a moment is this?
I mean, to win a Street League is already a really, really big moment, but this is kind of like the contest. This is the unicorn of Street League contests, so.
And Olympic points are on the line, so skaters have a lot of pressure from their home countries and the expectations of themselves as well. Now, Chris, who are your picks to take this contest here tonight?
I think Nyjah's looking really strong. I don't even think that he started yesterday to get to what he's going to do today. Also, Yuto. Yuto came out, didn't do anything in practice, and just swung really hard during finals, so I think that he's coming heavy today.
We got styles like Cameo, of course we did this up manual, break it down to the very
And so Nyjah Huston came into this event injured. And for a report on his status, we're sending it down to Andrew Cannon.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I got to talk to Nyjah. We caught up a little bit about what's going on with him. He said his ankle is still bothering him, but his strategy coming into this, his mindset is full send, go big or go home. And that's what's so exciting about Nyjah out here is that he comes down to Brazil and he wants to win this. The pressure's on, everything comes down to that moment, and he is going to rise to the occasion, land or slam. Back to you guys.
I believe that Nyjah Huston is not one to take a backseat to anyone, no matter what. All right, SLS is the exclusive sanctioned tour and qualification pathway to Tokyo. So keep an eye out for the SLS 2020 schedule. There will be some exciting new cities added to the mix, culminating in a return to London for the final event, the 2020 World Championships, and final points earning event before Tokyo, Japan next year, the Olympics. Talk about a moment for skateboarding. Wow, we've come a long way.
Absolutely have.
And now it's time to meet our skaters. There's a look at the current Olympic World Skateboard ranking standings with Yuto Horigome from Japan up on top, followed by Nyjah Huston. Believe me, he doesn't want to be in second place, Chris. He's coming for you, Yuto. Gustavo Ribeiro from Portugal in third, Kelvin Hoffler, Brazil in fourth, and then Aurélien Girard, France, Mario McCoy, Sora Shirai, Matt Berger, on and on and on. Chris, such an international field. It is crazy.
I really appreciate that, too. Really, everybody gets to go out there, put forth their best for their country.
All right, let's take a look about how this contest works with the basics presented by Tech Deck. In the Super Crown final, there are two sections, the run section and best trick section. Each skater gets 2 45-second runs, followed by 5 best trick attempts anywhere on the course, and a skater's top 4 scores count from any section. And Chris, those are cumulative scores. They add up over the course of the final. Now it's time to meet the skaters we'll be seeing today here in the Super Crown final. First in, just barely squeezing into the cut, 2015 World Champion, Kelvin Hoffler. He placed second last year at the World Championship behind Nyjah Huston. He does not want to let that happen again. Second skater in the 2018 Skater of the Year and a crowd favorite. Jamie Boy from the USA, skating in his first ever SLS final, and he shined in semifinals. Such a great thing to see from Jamie Boy. We hope for the best.
What a champ.
Next in, skating in his third ever SLS event, his first time in a final, but still looking so polished like an ultimate veteran, from Japan, Yukito Aoki. That expression says, hey, I'm not here to mess around. Next, 5-time world champ, back-to-back defending world champ from 17, 2018, Nyjah Huston. Hurt, but hey, don't even think about counting him out.
Even hurt, he's such a weapon.
#1 ranked skater in the world from Japan, Yuto Horigome. Had 3 back-to-back wins last year. He had 1 win so far this year in Los Angeles. And he's always a threat. Always bringing new tricks, and he's gonna stay on, make it happen. And then the 3-time Portuguese national champion, winner of 2017 Tampa Am, ranked #3 in the world right now, the #1 ranked skater in Portugal, Gustavo Ribeiro. Ranked number 22 in the world, #1 ranked skater from Peru, skating in his 4th SLS event making it to his first ever final, Angelo Caro. This kid is a beast.
Yep.
And the last skater you're gonna see here today, #1 qualifier out of semifinals, 2016 Tampa Am winner, one of 9 skaters to ever win an SLS stop, coming from the USA, Deshaun Jordan.
Man, Deshaun ripped yesterday.
He did. This is such a stacked field. Okay, we know the veterans, right? Kelvin Hoffler, Nyjah Huston, Yuto, all those guys. We know they're unstoppable, but these new guys on the list, so okay, Kelvin will be in first, followed by Jamie Foy, Yukito Aoki from Japan, Nyjah Huston, Yuto Horigome, Gustavo Ribeiro, Angelo Caro, Deshaun Jordan. Those last 3 skaters, you don't know what you're going to get from any of those guys at any moment. They can shake this whole contest up.
Yep. Deshaun has some stuff under his sleeve, too. We talked
really
this
does.
morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You got the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Care to share?
Nah. You'll see it in minutes.
Kelvin Hoffler is going to be the first skater in. In semifinals, he played it so smart, it came down to his last trick. Cavallarial back lip down the rail on his attempt #5, just to get enough points to make it into this final. He's got it like that.
It was really good strategy as well as skill.
Kelvin is in, run #1. This is the Super Crown final.
That is quite an intro to a run. Oh, man. So that'll mess up his momentum a little bit, failing that 180 nose grind, but I feel like he doesn't get shook like most people do when a fall happens.
I think, based on what I've seen from him, he seems like the type guy, he might practice purposely bailing a run and figuring out, what do I do next now? Now that I'm off my rhythm, where do I go? How much time do I have? Look at that! Kickflip backside lip at the buzzer.
And you know what? That was a really good run, even with the fall, even with the nollie crook attempt that went to nose slide, things like that. Still a good run because the chops are there. The tricks are there.
And the kickflip backside lip at the buzzer. We got to mention the size of the rail, that 12 stair, and it's an extended 12 stair. Some of those stairs are extra long, just handling it.
I mean, the fact that he makes all the tricks perfectly and all these guys are landing tricks on that rail, it doesn't mean that these tricks are easy or that that rail is easy.
Right.
It looks a lot more real when they don't make it.
So a good start for Kelvin Hoffler here in the Super Crown final. 8.0 even with a fall. And this score is coming from experienced judges who know how much there is still to come, but that's because that was a great run.
Yep, and now he's doing the math thinking, if I make the nollie crook and the 180 nose grind, you know, setting myself up for
Jamie Foy. A crowd favorite, a skater's favorite. Look how he comes in.
Yeah.
Hot.
Wow, not pressing on that crook, but still pulling it off. That's what happens when you skate a lot. You've gone through every scenario of mess up.
Jamie being one of these skaters that's so good that he's not known as a contest skater, but he could put it down in a contest because he's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Oh, he wants that front heel flip so bad.
He's been putting it at the end of every one of his runs, for better or for worse. Jamie Foy with a great attitude. I mean, hey, it's arguable. I think the buzzer went off. He was still on his board. I'm just kidding. I don't think that's going to count. But what a run for Jamie Foy.
I like that heel flip right there because, you know, you see a lot of tray flips and fantastic moves over that. But just a heel flip, stylish. It's rad.
Wow. Fakie manual out of that fakie crook.
Yeah, that board almost had it.
8.5 for Jamie Foy. So, big scores coming in right out the gate here in the final. Next in, from Japan, 16 years old, Yukito Aoki, skating in his first ever SLS final. And he has brought some serious tech tricks to this course this week.
Oh. You know, the problem with a lot of the crook nollie heels and things like that is if they don't flip over, you only have so long. You can suck your knees up, but your board's going to be rattling around on the ground.
You're running out of time, right? Just enough time to squeeze in this last switch big spin board.
He does a switch front shove it, going really slow, and puts it as high as he can on the handrail.
He's committed.
Yeah, he's not jumping down to the rail when he does that trick. Tray flip slide on that monster. There we go.
Here's the switch big spin board.
You see, he only takes his right foot off for a split second and then puts his right foot right back on to prevent it from flipping over on him.
So a great first run for Yukito. Not a perfect run. He had a fall. Good for a 7.6. Good start. Room for improvement on his next run. But Nyjah Huston, we talked about it. He's been hurt. It doesn't seem to have been affecting his mood. He's feeling good. You see him. Look at him. In the groove, feeling loose, ready to get at it.
This is a good Nyjah.
He is pumped up and in.
Dude, he actually overshot that kickflip back lip and still pulled it off.
Half cab flip.
Half cab flip, such a hard move. Especially off an embankment.
Ooh. Getting a little loose, but Nyjah staying on, flowing through this run. 15 seconds left. He's already fired off a slew of tricks.
Wow. Yo, this is a really good run. He's packing the tricks in like a Chaz Ortiz style run. Yo.
Gap out to that tall rail.
That was insane.
Low to get on, high to come off.
Yep.
You got to soak up the impact on the landing. Talk about that run. Where does that stand compared to Jamie Foy, Hoffler, Yukito?
That was the best run of the day so far.
Okay.
I mean, watch that. I don't even know what you call it, but it's sick. I like it. He tray flips a bump to bump, probably better than anybody else on the planet. As far as consistency wise, he's got it every try.
It's like 100 out of 100.
It really is,
in a contest. Yeah. What a run for Nyjah Huston to start off this Super Crown final here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Waiting on that score. Yep. 8.9, well deserved. You called it, Chris. So far, that is the run of the day. Still coming up in first runs, we've got Deshaun Jordan, Angelo Caro, and Gustavo Ribeiro. This is the Super Crown final. The World Skate SLS 2019 World Championship is brought to you by Monster Energy. Street League Skateboarding is fueled by Monster Energy. And by G-Shock, the official timepiece of SLS.
This is his opportunity to win this contest right here. Nyjah Huston, this is a victory lap for Nyjah.
Nyjah Huston wins the SLS Pro Open.
Nyjah Huston showing why he is the most dominant skater in SLS history.
Take the performance skate container pro. Transforms from a container to a skateboard. Whoa! That's what skate. Aerospace to me. 20-quarter pipes, pyramid shredding type. Don't even think about a bail on that huge 2-foot rail. Get one and get rad. Board included.
This SLS course gives rail skaters a lot to work with, like the starting section with this massive 12-stair gold rail and tall gap to rails on both sides. And every obstacle here is mirrored for either stance, from these tall hubbas to the bump to ledges that can also be skated as Euro gaps. The middle section has even more rails with bumps to square bars, and there's a flat bar in the center, and then gaps to round rails to send.
What's up, guys? This is Nyjah Huston. We're here in Sao Paulo, Street League Championships, and my favorite obstacle is the gap to rails. The big rail's good too, but mine's favorite the gap to rails. You can see from the blood right here, people have already been sending, and tricks are going down. The fact that it starts off pretty low up here for the gap part, so it allows for some hard tricks to go down, and I'm looking forward to sending it. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah, we've already seen it. He's sending.
Yeah.
So there's a look at that beautiful course. Rails everywhere. Round rails, square rails, gap to rails.
Oh my.
On deck. #1 ranked skateboarder in the world. Winner of the LA World Tour stop, Nyjah Huston coming out of Japan. And this is just a beautiful thing to watch every time Nyjah Huston steps on his skateboard.
Yeah, he is dialed. He looks so effortless.
Now, how do you think that affects scores? The effortlessness, does it add to or detract from a final score?
I think it could go either way, except historically with Street League, it adds to. It actually helps them out.
Because when you're skating at this level and making it look easy, we all know it's not. So
Totally.
What's he got that other people don't have? Nyjah coming off his board at the end of that run. Somewhat surprising, but he is a human being.
You sure?
And he's
Beck
trying some of the
Smith.
hardest tricks out.
The funniest thing about how he actually skates is that he doesn't have a wind up in like his shoulders. He doesn't like lift his arms and swing them to wind up. They just kind of chill. But he turns.
8.1, even with the clincher move at the end not working out. So Nyjah Huston in a good spot after his first run as we move on to Portugal. This kid is one of the new generation of contest skaters that has it figured out, knows the format, has it down to a science, and can back it up with tricks.
Yeah, there's actually a different type of contest person at this point, too, because for a while it was just dudes that were good at skating demos. Then we're like, you know what, I'll skate the contest too. That's how I did it. But this type of contest is so intense. You need a strategy. You need to think about it. You need to practice. You only have so many goes. This isn't a jam format.
You need your own training facility to get this good. You need to have adjustable rails and movable obstacles that you can mix and match. Look, Gustavo Ribeiro putting it down.
Yeah, he just ripped hard.
So many hard tricks in that run. And we've seen Gustavo. He started out as just a trickster. He's gotten better at linking it all together, putting runs together.
But even though these are really hard tricks, are they Nyjah run hard tricks?
Pretty hard tricks.
Oh no, that's a pretty hard trick right there.
And he's got more to give.
He does.
So this is just
yesterday.
Just warming up the legs. Moving on. That's Gustavo Ribeiro. 8.9. Nyjah level tricks. Tied for first place. Next in, from Peru. This kid is cut from the same cloth as Gustavo Ribeiro. Same generation, same approach. Maybe a little more aggressive.
Yeah, he skates with a lot of power, whereas Gustavo, he has like a float to him, almost like a Shane O'Neill float. Whereas Angelo has like a Jamie Foy punch, you know?
Yes.
That, did not see that coming.
Whoa, he was skimming the top
He
of that
almost
rail.
pulled it though.
That was crazy.
Yeah, he like wheel rode a second of it and then
10 seconds left. A lot of amazing skateboarding so far here in the first runs. Angelo Caro with one fall and then finishing like that. Bigger spin, flip front board to forward.
I can't believe that that trick is done in a contest, let alone multiple people can do it, and he just did it at the end of his run. There's a lot of inventory right there. You know, like the logistics on that move.
Well, he had to fight for that landing, but it paid off. One fall in the run. Another great showing. Angelo Caro, 8.3. That's only good enough for fourth place for now. With one skater left of first runs here in the Super Crown final from Sao Paulo, Brazil, coming out of Chandler, Arizona, USA, ranked 17th in the world, but 5th from the United States, Deshaun Jordan.
That can change.
That is probably going to change here since he's already in the final. One of 3 Americans in the final. Deshaun Jordan missing that crook that he was putting down in practice.
He did a beautiful one in practice.
But talk about the world's largest crooked line.
For real, I mean, that ledge is nothing to shake a stick at. Jumping to the bottom of it, super real. Whoa, dude, that was sick. Wow, look at him, what an athlete.
Running man. Cab backside, flip, fakie, coming off at the buzzer.
You know what, Paul, I've said it before, I'll say it again. 2 places I want to see hustle. One in your run, and when you're crossing a crosswalk in front of a car. I want to see a little bit of hustle.
I can't argue with both. Can't argue with either. Deshaun Jordan, 5.8. Judges taking advantage of a few falls and giving him a low score. 2 top scores here in the final so far. Gustavo Ribeiro, and guess what? Nyjah Huston, 1 and 2. When we return, second runs right after this.
There was a day, sunlight blue. There was a day, sunlight blue.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2019 World Championship Super Crown Final from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And what a city this is. That's what a city looks like that holds 30 million plus people. That is wild. And look how many people turned up to watch this Super Crown Final. And this crowd is fired up. And they're getting a show. Skaters giving them what they came from. All right, there's a shot of the winner from Los Angeles World Tour stop this year, and what a year it's been. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights. Going back to the first stop in London. That happened back in May. Matt Berger was on fire there, taking the kickflip back tail every which way. Malto. That was kind of the trick of the contest, that gap back nose blunt.
Yeah.
Shane O'Neill, he held it down too. He did good. Wow, Kelvin Hoffler, always on point. Gustavo Ribeiro came out.
Oh, that's the most memorable trick for me from that contest right there. Nyjah Huston, nollie heel back tail.
And then it was on to Los Angeles, California. Sora Shirai, what a showing he had there, taking that 180 fakie grind, the farthest anyone's ever seen it. Ah, Giovanni Viana from Brazil, Carlos Ribeiro.
That was a special move.
All Yuto. Hey, talk about a Brazilian legend, Bob Burnquist in the crowd here today. He has done everything imaginable on a skateboard, including fly out of a ramp into a helicopter. Okay,
that's just out of hand. I've seen it, but the words being uttered is crazy.
All right, let's take a look. Here are your current standings after heat number 1, run 1. Nyjah Huston up on top, followed by Gustavo Ribeiro, Jamie Foy, Angelo Caro, Yuto Horigome, Kelvin Hoffler, and Yukito. Now listen, Yuto Horigome down in 5th place. He still has an 8.1. He is right up in the mix. Taking a look there at Nyjah, current leader, fighting off an onslaught of talent at every event. Always up in the mix, top 2 at least. He's won more than 50% of SLS finals.
Dude, to be that level athlete for the amount of time that he's doing it it's really unheard of.
It really is.
Think about how quickly like boxing moves around, and you know.
Kelvin Hoffler. He had a great first run. 8.0 on the board. Did have a fall. 2015 World Champ. He has not won an SLS stop since.
Better to have loved than lost, right? So at least he's won one.
It is shocking that he hasn't won again since, because he's always right there putting down such crazy tricks. And he's a clutch skater. When the pressure's on, he steps it up and lands on his skateboard.
Absolutely, but the people that he's up against do the same thing.
And I guess they just do it a little bit better.
And everybody's kind of a cog in the machine, right? So he steps it up, and then they step it up, and then he steps it up. He just plays that role.
And coming into this final, he's not in a good spot being the first skater on the course. He doesn't get to see what's being done. He doesn't get to react to it. Deshaun Jordan does. But after the run section, the order is adjusted based on the standings.
Well, it's not just that you're the first run skater and you don't get to see what the other people are doing. If you get to see what the other people are doing and you're the last one, somebody else is the first one who doesn't get to see what everybody else does, right?
Right.
So you get like a twofold bonus.
Jamie Foy, currently in 4th place with a great first run, 8.5 on the board. Here we go, run 2.
There was no doubt that he was going to land perfectly at nose grind. And he made it look easy. That's humongous. That was sick. He actually caught that heel flip a bit further back than he wanted to, and he pushed it forward so he could land on it differently.
That Euro gap is deceptive. It's big and it's close.
It is big.
All day. Great finish for Jamie Foy. Here we go. Blunt, heel flip, bolts
Nice.
this time. That one
That was for the crowd.
for the homies and the crowd. But
Here's that gap nose grind.
that's all Jamie Foy.
He knew exactly where his truck was going to land. That's some board awareness. And check out this heel flip. Watch, he goes forward, so he grabs it, and he has to pull his front leg back to kind of get it in line. I like that he hops out of that fakie 5.
7.9, good enough to move him into first place for now. But this leaderboard will shift a lot until we see 4 scores on the board from every skater. Yukito Aoki in 7th place. He's in.
That's funny because you don't actually see that heel flip. You just see legs go woo, and then there's a board doing the trick.
There we go.
Okay.
Fell on that on his first run, sticks it here.
It's pretty crazy the type of tricks that we're seeing consistency on in this contest. Tray flip lip slide on a rail that you will be a part of if your board isn't there. It's just nuts.
Switch.
No pun intended.
Big spin board. It couldn't be done any better. Almost no extra movement at all on that trick.
Yeah, that was exceptional. Nollie front feeble. Hard trick to actually fire off, but that was pretty rad. It looked almost TJ Rogers-ish. Almost hit his wheels on the way out with his back truck, but didn't happen.
9 club for Yukito. The first 9 club here in the Super Crown final. Putting him in first place for Japan, bumping Jamie Foy into second. But they're close.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't get any tattoos of this leaderboard until there's 4 scores on it. And then, by all means, go and get that tattoo.
Nyjah needs an 8.0 to take the lead. All he's got to do is just stay on his board and do what he does, and he's going to see that and more. Sit back and watch. Enjoy. Wow, Butterfinger. Only in a contest.
Yeah. I remember my first time picking up a board.
There you go. Tray flip every try.
Every try. Okay, there he is, getting a hang on picking up the board.
All day.
Yo,
he was
getting it right now. Throwing buckets, dragging fingers in the wave.
He did the full run and then was like, I may have time to just squeeze in one more really difficult trick just to put a point on it. Nyjah Huston.
Look at how
2,
far that went out. He gets like too hyped, drops in all fast. I like the way that he does that back tail because he barely puts any pressure into it. He knows that if it's not waxed, it's gonna stick, but he's non-committed to it. So even if it's stuck, he was hopping back into that bank.
It takes a really good skateboarder to be able to do that.
Yeah, you gotta do a lot of back tails.
9 club. Back-to-back 9 clubs here in the Super Crown Final World Championship. And Nyjah Huston is the current leader.
Is something we've said a lot of times.
2-time defending champ right now, back-to-back years. Yuto Horigome coming up next when we return. And taking a look at Yukido Aoki with the 9-1 run. Stick around, we'll be back with second runs. Taking a look at this incredible course, which is providing us with the ultimate playground for this Super Crown Final. Thanks in no small part to California Skate Parks. They've been behind the innovative design and construction of all the courses throughout the SLS 10-year history. Joe C and his team they're just incredibly dedicated to building perfect courses, and this is what you get. Great skateboarding as a result. Chris, do you have any favorites over the years?
Yeah, 2013 Super Crown Championship in New Jersey. It actually did have the perfect dimensions for a handrail that I like and a hubba that I like. And that's where the war was won.
Yuto Horigome. Run number 2 of 2 before we go on to best trick. Got an 8.1 on his first run. Needs a 9.9 to take the lead from Nyjah right now. That's funny.
Wow.
This early in the game. But what he needs to do is what, Chris?
He needs to land all of his tricks and then focus on what is he going to do during best trick. And he's well on his way.
There you go. The Nollie 270 switch stance backflip at time.
That is just such a stylish move. The fact that he does a Nollie 180 and then he tweaks it into switchback flip.
And he is the only person we see doing that trick in contest.
Look at that.
People do cab back lift, and that's a hard trick. It gets huge points. He does the Nollie version.
He can land the wildest stuff in so simple. Like, he landed it like a teenager being told to clean their room. Like, ugh.
Okay. There you go. Yuto, 9.1. Puts him in second place. And now back within striking distance.
You can tell he's thrilled.
Three straight 9s. Gustavo Ribeiro, he's in. Holding down 6th place. 9.1 puts him in the lead.
Inside. 360 flip over the gap.
So what do you think when a skater comes out, Chris, and does the exact same run? Is that okay?
You know,
Is that just smart? Good for that?
Yeah, you know what? It's just strategy. It's just smart. They do have to score the run for what the tricks are. So it's good strategy. But I would say that I like switching up a run. I think it's cool to switch up a run, but you are doing more heavy lifting that way. Having to remember 2 runs and have all those tricks, but man, is it cool. And I think it should be rewarded if somebody does do that.
Gustavo Ribeiro putting down another run. No falls. It got a little sloppy. I mean, this is relative.
I mean, yeah, you're really nitpicking.
Right, but we have to because these are the best contest skaters
Absolutely.
in the world, skating at the highest level in the most important event of the year. So we're gonna pick nits.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? Yeah, if I had my druthers, I would have seen a trick that wasn't a front nose one. That's the only, that's my only thing. If I have to pick something, but that was an amazing run.
8.8.
Hey, you know what? That's a great score moving on. I mean, a single that's an 8.8 is psycho.
That puts Gustavo Ribeiro in 2nd place. Angelo Caro coming in 7th place. But also 8.3 on a first run score, so in a good spot. Just keep the momentum going. And he got a little squirrely on the first trick, but
that was kind of cool.
Hung on.
You know, sometimes the imperfections make things beautiful, right?
There you go. He fell on that on his first run, puts it down in run 2. Front 5-0 to switch crooked grind.
Oh, yes, dude, laying it all out. Sliding on your belly on the ground means you went for it. Okay, so this is the first trick in. Really pinched so he can hop out. Gets that little power slide out, which I thought was even easier. And then making the switch blunt this time.
Well done.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't quite get it into switch crook, but overturned a tail slide, so we'll count that.
Yeah,
Angelo Caro from Peru. 7.0 on that run.
That's a fair score for that.
Puts him in 6th place as we'll be moving into best trick after Deshaun Jordan. He had the 5.8 on his first run, the lowest run score of anyone out. But don't expect that to happen again for Deshaun Jordan. There you go.
That was so beautiful. Nice. That got a little bit squirrely for him. You know, that's actually a surprise that would be the thing.
That's
Look at him run.
a filler move-ish. I mean, here. Nose blunt on the flat bar across the bump to bump. Time for one more. Wow.
I mean, just talking about this. He picked up his board halfway through the course, ran all the way up the course, and then turned around and darted back for the full cap back lip, and he wasn't gassed out by it. Look at that crook. That was so mechanical. Look at him just rip it around with his front leg, remembering to turn with his back leg too. Got in solid.
8.6. Great score for Deshaun Jordan on his 2nd run, even with a fall. Way to make a recovery. Now, 2-time defending champion Nyjah Huston is our leader as we move on to the best trick section in the Super Crown Final here in Sao Paulo.
Dude, this big section's huge.
It's not that big.
It's pretty damn big. What do you think you got on it?
I think I can do triple quick nollie flip.
What? Ready for chronology. 20 bucks on it.
All right.
Yeah. All right, let's see it. Where's your board?
Board? I don't need my board. Boom. There you go. Give me my 20 bucks. Give me my money. Dude.
Yeah, I think this one is the most important thing for me because the Tampa Pro, and when I got on Street League 2015, the Guinness Book, me and Leticia. Yeah, what's that? The sauna. Hey, I have some little weight here. See? Fat. And my park. The best thing of the house, I think, is the park. And the pool, I think. Back in Brazil, we didn't have like a skate park like in my city. It was like a dream to have like a skate park in my backyard, and here it is. E aí? Bom dia. Dá um salve aí pra câmera. Let's go swimming. Let's go, please, dude. I'm thinking too much about the pool. No? Yo, can I go to the pool? One more and let's go.
We are in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and this is the Super Crown final. And the skating is incredible out here today. The top 8 skateboarders in the world putting it down, trying to make a run for the crown of world champion. And just in time, top run of the day, presented by G-Shock. Congratulations goes out to Yukito Aoki. Top run of the day with a 9.2. What a score and a great start to this Super Crown final for Yukito. Take a look at our standings after the run section as we move into best trick. Nyjah Huston up on top of the leaderboard with just a slight lead over Gustavo Ribeiro from Portugal, followed by Yuto Horigome, Yukito Aoki, Jamie Foy, Angelo Carr, Deshaun Jordan, and Kelvin Hoffler. Now, let's talk about the basics by Tech Deck. Street League has 2 sections, the run section and the best trick section. We're done with the runs, so now it's time for best trick. Each skater gets 5 attempts anywhere on the course. And after all is said and done, a skater's top 4 scores count, and those scores are cumulative. All right, Chris, let's talk about this start list. The order has been adjusted based on rankings. Kelvin Hoffler, surprisingly, is coming in first. What do you think? Best trick section for some of these guys. Who are you looking forward to?
Oh, man, I can't wait for Deshaun Jordan. Deshaun, man, Yuto, I don't think we've even seen the stuff he's going to do yet.
And Nyjah gets to go last. He gets to watch everyone, see what they're doing. He's the 2-time defending champ. He's won the world championship 5 times. He knows what he's doing. He's in the perfect spot. Let's bring in Andrew Cannon. Andrew, what's going on down on the floor?
Everyone is looking really serious down here, but I am so excited as we move into best trick. Seeing the tricks that were done during runs is very indicative of what we're about to see. We saw 360 flip lip slides in the middle of a run, crooks up the hubba, bigger spin flip front board at the end of a run. I mean, if those are tricks being done in your run, I can only imagine what we are about to see. And Nyjah Huston is looking really good, so I can't wait to see what he brings to the course.
Great point, Andrew, and I agree. So those are going to be the first tricks these skaters break out in best trick. We're hoping they just put them down and then they move in and bring their best stuff. What was Kelvin up to?
Right now, he's waxing up his wheel well so that he can get one extra spin if he wheel bites. That's the move.
So we got to assume he's going for something heavy.
That's right. And he did.
That is so impressive. Straight out the gate, best trick. Hoffler, big spin front blunt. Perfect. So did he put the wax to work, or did he not need it?
Well, he also waxed his tail so that it would blunt. So yeah, he put it to work, but yeah, he didn't wheel bite, so he didn't need it in the wheel wells, but it's always good to put it there if you're going to take any impact.
8.8 for Kelvin. So he jumps into the lead as the first skater with 3 scores on the board. As we say, 4 scores are going to matter.
Yes.
Deshaun Jordan, he is in.
Oh my God.
Okay, do you think he's going to go back to that? I mean, he tried it. It wasn't necessarily close. Is he going to go back to it, and is he going to make it? Is that makeable?
Dude, I hope so.
You don't know. Could go either way?
I don't know. It could go either way. He's going to talk to his friend Andrew on the sidelines, and they're going to talk about it and figure it out.
Angelo Caro, 7.8 puts him in the lead. 360 flip lip. It's good for that.
You know what's impressive? I mean, that has a high drop-off, which I don't think really affects this type of trick. But the fact that it doesn't have a very high top to get in, I would rather tray flip up to a rail rather than tray flip down to a rail.
That makes sense. 7.8 puts him in the lead. 8.0 for Angelo Caro. He has had an incredible week here in Brazil. Talk about an incredible week. Jamie Foy, he's in 7th. A 7.0 moves him into the lead.
Oh.
Going for the fakey switch front feeble.
Yep, going for that. Ended up getting into a lip and almost pulling it.
Which is like, if you miss the trick you're trying to get into, how hard does the trick you do end up into become?
It's insane. I saw Ishad jump into a back 50 and go to feeble, and he made it. It was the most impressive thing.
Yukito following up the Angelo Caro 360 flip lip slide on the square rail. Angelo got an 8. Yukito needs a 7 to move into the lead. That's a done deal.
Yep. He landed it far before he landed it.
Like he knew.
Oh yeah, he was thinking about the next trick.
7.8, 0.2 of a point lower. Same trick, different skater. Yuto on deck. He's in 6th place, a 7.5. Changes that, puts him in the lead.
Oh! A Yuto! That was incredible.
Okay, he nollied into the front side Suchu grind.
Yeah. Which it makes sense to do it like that, but wow. That was such a hip twister.
Have you seen him do that trick?
No, I haven't. I also haven't seen him practice that trick on this rail, so that just happened.
9 club. 9.0 for Yuto Horigome, new leader.
That was super cool.
I liked Nyjah's reaction to that. Gustavo Ribeiro in 6th place, and 8.6 changes it.
Oh, whoa,
Chris,
whoa.
How good was that?
He did that so easily. He did that as easily as the other guys are doing the tray flip lip slide.
Bigger spin flip front board. Fakie. Is it easier fakie or forward? What do you think?
I would say that he's committing to it like a big flip. So it's easier for him to go fakie. Other people do it like a tray flip and then they over-rotate their hips.
8.9, new leader, Gustavo Ribeiro.
Yeah, I knew the crowd wouldn't like it.
They want nines. This crowd demands nines.
Also, once 1-9 happens, you have to start handing out nines. People want them.
Nyjah Huston, 8.8, puts him back in the lead. Nollie back 180, fakie nose grind. With the level of skating going on, where does that trick land, Nyjah, right now?
I don't know, man. That was a really hard trick on a really different obstacle. The carve out is interesting, but I don't know.
Beautifully done. Hard trick. We've seen it from him before. Either way, he's going to be up in the mix. 8.8. Leader, Nyjah Huston.
That makes sense. Because I was going to say, it's not as hard as Yuto's move on the rail. Yuto's move was a 9, so.
Wow. All right, you're watching the World Skate SLS 2019 World Championship. This is the Super Crown Final, top 8 skaters on the course. The run section is done. Best trick attempt 1 over and out. Each skater has 4 tries left to become world champion. Kelvin Hoffler is in. Wow!
Yeah, 1-footer.
Cab back tail. How many people could do that trick? How many people can do that trick, much less in one try? One try.
A bunch of people can do the trick, but not in one try on that rail. And not with the Bob Burnquist 1 foot that he gets into the back tail. Look at that.
Brazilian tribute.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just shout out.
Does the foot off matter at this point?
No, it
at
doesn't
all.
matter.
Okay.
Well, you know what? They would dock him more than, it wouldn't be like, wow, and he did it with 1 foot, you know? They would just.
8.8. 8.8. The crowd says otherwise. Back to back, 8.8.
I'm sensing a trend.
8.8 is the score of the day so far here in this final. Deshaun Jordan. Andrew talked to him. He is going up the rail one more time. And this is it. Wow.
Dude, he almost made it.
Okay, now what? The question.
You know what? If I were Deshaun, I would move on. Try to lay some other groundwork. If I'm not looking like I'm gonna win, then I go for the highlight reel.
I think with a 5.8 and an 8.6 in the run section, I mean, well, no, it's never over. With 3 best trick attempts left. Angelo Caro, he's in. Bigger spin, flip, front board to forward.
How is this a trick that just gets done?
How many of these have we seen, though? At what point do we start to say, wait a second.
Yeah.
We're not going to say it's not that hard, but does it keep getting those scores?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't. And I don't think that it because they're doing it first try, its shot clock is already, you know, the fuse is lit.
8.6 puts him in first. Quiet in here. .5. I think if you're a judge, that was a choice. 8.5. Okay, Angelo Caro in the lead. Jamie Foy is in. Fakey front feeble.
And he's going to give us something extra. Dude, what? That was the trick. Switch, blunt, kick, flip out.
Now, what kind of score is this trick good for? Based on
nobody else is doing it.
True.
And it is super difficult. I mean, if he did it nollie, it would be easier than fakie. Fakie is dangerous. 8.4, that's a fair score for that trick.
So getting back to Angelo Caro, tied for the lead right now with Kelvin Hoffler, 31.8. The highest run score is the tiebreaker. The highest run score breaks ties. So, there you go. Yukito is in a 7.3, puts him back on top, and he's sticking with a familiar theme. Yep. 360 flip the board into anything you got.
Into the front lip, front nose blunt zone.
We've seen that from Gustavo Ribeiro. We see it a lot from Ivan Montero. Those guys.
It starts to work against you though. You know. Yo, Yuto is so gnarly.
And look, all he needs is a 5.7 to take the lead. So now.
Yeah, but he knows better. He knows that
right.
Like that's gonna change once the next guy goes and puts down something crazy. So he's just going for broke.
To put things in perspective, last year, Nyjah Huston won this event with a 37.6. That score is 9.4 average. Yuto, 9 Club 9.2.
Hey, we're seeing it happen right now.
Look at his lead. He's up at 35.4, way above Angelo Caro. Gustavo Ribeiro is in. Respond, Chris. Take it away.
That was in a surprisingly aggressive crook nollie flip out of Gustavo. And look at all that hang time after it. Yes, he's hyped.
It's a 4-foot drop out of that rail.
But even with the 4-foot drop, you see how fast he had to flick his board, because when you're going toward the ground comes up quick.
Needs an 8.9 for first. 9 Club 9.6. Chris, a 9.6. Fair?
It's kind of high, I'd say.
The crowd loves that score.
They love it. And you know what? I'm not always right.
They're like, not high enough. Nyjah Huston on deck. Now he needs that same score, 9.6, to move into the lead. But he has 4 tries left. He doesn't have to get the 9.6 now. Could go strategy.
I've said it before, but if there's something I love about Nyjah is he will take the slam. He is good for it. He will try the gnarliest tricks, 100% go, and just be a pile on the ground.
The tricks we've seen so far tonight, unbelievable. Taking another look at Gustavo Ribeiro, current leader, crooked grind, nollie flip. This is the Super Crime Final. We'll be back with more Best Trick.
It's back. It's the 5th annual Trick of the Year. Don't act like you guys don't know what to do.
Just upload those tricks and hashtag it Trick of the Year. Same as it always is. Oh yeah, and first place gets 10 G's, baby. This shit'll change your life.
So far in this Super Crown Final tonight, Gustavo Ribeiro has the trick of the final with a 9.6. And now let's talk Trick of the Year, SLS. Trick of the Year is back. where SLS turns the spotlight around on the streets, showcasing those doing the most, but also the most stylish, the most creative, and those having the most fun. The stakes are high with tricks going down, getting posted to SLS Trick of the Year on Instagram every single day. Skaters from all over are vying for that $10,000 grand prize, People's Champ Award, presented by Tech Deck. Follow Trick of the Year for more. Now let's take a look at the standings here after 2 best trick tries. Gustavo Ribeiro from Portugal up on top with a massive score, 36.2. Followed by Yuto Horigome, the #1 ranked skater in the world. Last year, Nyjah won this event with a 37.6. It's not outside the realm of possibility for any of these skaters here tonight. Here in the final, there's Tori Pudwell, Ryan DeCenzo, course side, talking tricks.
Yeah, oh, they're talking tricks for sure. See the hand movements?
Yeah, right there.
Flick, crook.
Attempt number 3. We have seen an unbelievable amount of makes. There's only been 4 bails out of 16 tries here in Best Trick so far.
It doesn't always happen like that.
No, it doesn't. And for good reason. I mean,
skateboarding's hard.
When you turn tricks up to 11,
yeah,
things get tough.
That's why I like it.
Kelvin Hoffler is in 4th place. Kelvin needs a 9.9 for second right now, but it's deceptive because he's trying to drop a 6.2, his second run score, kind of an irrelevant score. Once he gets a higher score, he's going to be set up to really put it down. Here we go.
Yo. He's really taking to this rail.
Kickflip frontside blunt fakie. Kelvin Hoffler needs a 9.9 to move into second. Assuming he's not going to get that, but he's going to get a great score, and he's positioning himself for his last 2 tries. He's trying to return to the throne that he had in 2015 as a rookie. Here we are, 5 years later. All right? He's never won a stop since. 9 club, 9.1.
What you want.
That is what you want. He's still going to have to put down 2 hard tricks.
Deshaun's set up again for that board slide up the rail. He's going to go for it. What a people's champion.
No! Unbelievable. Where he's getting on is waist high.
Dude,
at
so
full speed.
And he's like gung-ho at it. He's going fast at the bottom of a rail.
So he's staked the entire final on this trick. Do you think he sticks with, he almost hand planted out of that.
It will be the gnarliest board slide up a rail ever.
Hands down, hands off, whatever, unquestionably.
Hands off. He's not participating.
Angelo Caro.
Okay, so the theme is strong with the tray flips in.
Yeah. That'll put Jamie Foy on deck. He's in 6th place. I mean, like right now, Jamie needs a 10 to move into 3rd. So that's where we're at. Even after the incredible skateboarding we've seen from Jamie Foy. But he only has 3 scores on the board, so a make is going to go a long way.
Oh man.
That was going to be...
that was going to be a half cap back Smith grind. You could see he was tweaking out that front truck, trying to get it to wrap over the side of the rail, but it just, that wheel just touched the rail, messed him up.
Yukito looking for his 4th score right here.
Sometimes the tray flip nose blunt acts like a banana peel more than a skateboard trick.
Now, I think this is the difference between the new skaters who have these few mega hammers. And then a skater like Nyjah or Yuto, who have a deep bag. They can switch it up at any minute, go for something else. Yuto's in, a 9.0 puts him in the lead.
Whoa! Yuto is killing it right now. These are all sick new tricks out of Yuto.
Yuto is 3 for 3 right now in best trick.
In psycho moves. And
doing,
he needed a 9 to take first, and that is certainly a 9.
Hey, just so you know, in Japanese, psycho means the best. I'm not joking. Psycho moves for real. Yuto Horigome, 9 club, 9.3. He takes the lead.
Whoa. That's a pile of scores that somebody has to deal with right there. Yeah, sometimes I hope he's okay. When you jump down something and you're moving forward and you're facing forward, your kneecaps hit the ground. He hit it pretty good. I mean, you can see the mark on his jeans.
All right, Deshaun looking on. So Gustavo Ribeiro gave a thumbs up, but he's in pain. We have a great squad, paramedics on site. We'll leave it to them. Those first steps can say a lot. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
And we will get you an update on Gustavo's condition as soon as we can from Andrew. He's on a skateboard. He's on a skateboard. The crowd is chanting. This crowd rules.
Truly.
Nyjah Huston is up. All of a sudden, he's in 5th place, but it doesn't tell the story. He has 3 scores on the board. Trying to put down a 4th score. Yeah, a 10 puts him in 1st. He doesn't need a 10 to be in the mix. Put down a huge trick the way Nyjah does it.
That's right.
He's right back in the game.
All right. Well, he's going fakie. So I think he's going to go for that full cap flip back lip.
Okay, if I was ever gonna say a trick could get a 10,
that
just
was
leave
pretty,
it at that.
That was a pretty 10-ish move. Wow. Look at it.
That is Nyjah Huston at his best.
He was landing on that grip tape no matter what. He said he was going to send.
Surprise? No.
9-7.
9-7, one of the highest scores in SLS history. 9.7 for Nyjah Huston.
Wow, that is aggressively deep in the 9 club.
That puts him in 2nd place, a 9.1 away from the lead, and anything he does is good for a 9 or better at this stage of the game. Yuto Horigome holding down the lead with an overall score of 36.6. Kelvin Hoffler is going to have something to say about all of this. He has 4 good scores, but he's trying to drop an 8 right now. Get rid of that. An 8 is like you didn't even do a trick.
Like, are we getting a new Hoffler move, or are we getting something that we know that he can do that he's going to give us right now, like a half cap nose slide to back tail? Oh, wow!
Talk about that trick, Chris Cole.
That trick in particular should keep spinning. It's super duper hard to stop in the overcrook like he did. He just stops overcrook for a moment, just long enough to get down the rail and then turns back out. That is so difficult. The fact that it doesn't flip off the rail right there because you're just transferring your weight from one side to the other, man, there's a lot of moving parts. This is an insane contest.
I don't even need to yell. We all knew that was going to be 9 club, 9.3, Kelvin Hoffler. There are just 9s flying around in this building, bouncing off everything. 9s, 9s, 9s. And Deshaun Jordan could bring home the biggest 9 board slide of all time right here. He missed the push on the run-up. I don't know what he was thinking not going back for a rebate.
I don't think people really think that's an option.
One try left for Deshaun Jordan.
Angelo Caro kissing his board.
Well, it deserves it. I mean, it's been kind to him.
It really has.
All right, Angelo Caro in 5th.
Whoa.
Scary. Scary.
Scary.
Okay. What do you think's going on? What's that conversation right now, Chris?
Felipe saying send, and then Tommy saying send, and he's saying send, and they're like send, send. Bye.
Jamie Foy on deck needs a 7.1 to move from 6th to 5th. That's where we're at right now. We're just trying to move up a spot.
Whoa!
But we're also at a spot where we
so
appreciate great skateboarding. Beck Smith.
Yo.
What is that?
He messed, dude. Look at this, just Cabs doesn't hit the rail on the way in, and that was a beautiful back Smith all in on itself. Look at the back Smith alone. Pinched up on that toe side wheel, that was excellent. He's the Leonard Skinner of skateboarding.
8.6, Jamie Foy. Having a great final. Not in the running, even for the podium. But still,
So
incredible
cool.
skateboarding.
So cool to have him in there, though.
Keto, 8.9, moves him from 7th to 5th. Oh, he does
I
it!
don't know what just happened from the angle. I think that might have been a nose grind by accident. It was for sure by accident if it was.
Whatever it was,
but that's
that
kind of
landing.
sick, dude.
It's like reeling in the fish that's fighting you. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to get in that boat, Keto. Here we go.
That was definitely nose grind.
And look at this. Double tweak.
Double tuck knee.
Wow. Keto.
Tuck
What a
knee.
showing.
It's a shoulder mobility. it's a 9 club, as it turns out.
All right. Yuto Horigome. #1 ranked skater in the world. Winner.
For good reason.
Winner in LA.
Chicken dinner.
Leader. Taking a dive on his 4th of 5 best trick attempts. He's going to want to put some room between him and 2 skaters, 3 skaters. But all right, this guy's one of them.
Skaters.
Gustavo Ribeiro. He's in striking distance. A 9.3 puts him in the lead. He's got that.
Oh.
See, he has the experience in a final to know. You can take a rebate as long as you don't pop your tail.
Oh.
The fact that he came back to that trick after getting served like he did, props.
Yeah. And you know what? That type of attitude is what makes you good at skating.
Nyjah Huston, only skater left with 2 tries before we go back to the top of the order for last tries. 9.1 gives them the lead. 2-time defending world champion.
Dude.
Ho, ho, ho! Nyjah
is a lunatic.
That says it all. What was he gonna do? Who knows?
Exactly. It's not what can he do, it's what does he feel like doing. The bag is so big of tricks, he's just picking from it. Like, yeah, you know what? Now we go back with this wild handrail that would serve me up a whole bunch of pain if I don't get in.
Unbelievable. What score? 9.1 puts him into the lead. 9.3. Nyjah Huston in first place.
Wow, dude, how? This switch up is crazy.
You're watching the Super Crown final from Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is the World Championship. This is the skating to match. 9.7 for Nyjah Huston. That reaction says it all. He is coming for that trophy when we return. True Skate is the official mobile game of Street League Skateboarding. True Skate is free to download this weekend, and SLS course packs are on sale at 50% off. This is the 2019 World Championship Super Crown Final from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And the crowd is getting the greatest show on earth here today. Leticia Buffoni supporting the women's winner, Pamela Rosa, right there. Earlier today, she put it down in the Women's Super Crown Final. She is the women's world champion. Now, with one best trick try left, Nyjah Huston is on top with a 36.9. Yuto Horigome in second. Gustavo Ribeiro in third. 36.2 is only good enough for second and third place. One try left. There's your leader, Nyjah Huston. He has been in a zone here tonight.
Coming off of an ankle injury as well.
Where do we go from here in these last tries, Chris?
I think for some of the guys, it's make the highlight reel. And then for the other guys, it's very stressful.
Kelvin Hoffler, that was a warm-up for Yuto. Kelvin Hoffler, first skater in for the 5th and final best trick attempts. Kelvin needs a 9.8. Again, Kelvin right up in the mix, putting it down. He's got a 9.1, a 9.3, an 8.8. It's just not enough. He needs a 9.8. Can he do that? I mean,
well,
can he do that?
I mean, That's a really, really hard task to do. But if you think pound for pound the tricks that he did and then say, and he's in fourth, that's shocking.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think he's thinking about? What's he eyeing up?
Man, I would say, well, he's going in regs. So, kickflip, nope, he's going in fakies. So full cab front blunt, yep. Went for full cab front blunt.
Wow, fakey knee bash. He's okay, he's okay. Kelvin Hoffler, what a showing from Kelvin. He's in fourth ranked skater in the world right now, today. All right, Deshaun Jordan, this is it. Biggest backboard in the history of backboards.
No, he's up here now.
Oh, he's switching it up, okay.
Yeah. So
what's
now,
he got?
A laser.
Oh, that makes me wish we'd seen that from him earlier in best trick. What, hey, highlight reel, like you called it,
right?
Chris.
How did he do it like it was a tray flip? It was so well done. Look at it, he flicks it out fully like a tray flip, catches it with his front leg.
Yeah, it's beautifully done. One of the best lasers in the business. 9 club, 9.0, Chris. Nice score. Incredible. So many 9s here tonight. Mind-boggling. Angelo Caro. Best he can do is 5th place with an 8.9. He's coming in 7th place.
Whoa.
Okay. Jamie Foy in next. 8.2 moves him from 6th to 5th. It's the best he can do. He's got an 8.2 all day.
That was
Jamie
gorgeous.
Foy.
Yes. Look at him, what a hunk. Yes.
Take another look.
Dude, firing that kick football, he was so confident that he had it.
Hey, just throw a score out there for us, Chris. What would you give that? Kickflip front foot for a shot.
9.34.
I'm gonna go with 9.5. 9.3. Beautiful. Jamie Foy going out like an absolute Skater of the Year champ.
Yeah, look at him, Mr. Sodi right there.
Wow. Okay. Yukito. He's the last skater to go that can't win before things get real serious, okay?
Yeah, so.
Oh, people are getting folded on the bottom of that rail.
Because that rail's huge.
Yeah, and they're doing the hardest tricks they know how to do.
And they're being pushed by the other tricks that they're like, are we really doing this, guys? All right.
Chris, the podium is set, all right? Nyjah Huston, Yuto Horigome, and Gustavo Ribeiro are going to be on it. What order is the only question. Nyjah Huston up on top, Yuto Horigome, a 9.4 puts him into the lead and would give Nyjah one chance to answer back. Here we go.
Oh!
That was going to be a trick that could get a 9.4, and it doesn't do it. Nyjah survives one threat. And now, Gustavo Ribeiro. He needs a 9.6 to take the lead from Nyjah Huston two-time defending champ. All right, Carlos, Gustavo Ribeiro. Here we go. He is in 9.6.
Oh.
And Nyjah Huston, three-time back-to-back-to-back world champion here from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Congratulations, three-peat. Hey, he's going for a 10.
Hey, that's awesome.
Nyjah Huston.
Check him out.
World champion, Chris. 2010,
Dude
2012, 2014, 17, 18, and now 2019.
Yo, he earned that win, man.
What a final.
That was psychotic.
It took Nyjah a 9.7 and a 9.3 in the best trick section to get where he needed to be.
And there was incredible skating out of everybody. Yuto's skating was like tricks we hadn't seen him do before, doing them first try. So rad.
If we would have seen that last trick from Yuto.
Ooh, the heat would have been on.
and you got to assume that Nyjah would have put down another trick. It could have been a 9.
Yep. Now the Sen posse.
There he is with the world champion Super Crown final trophy. Nyjah Huston, back-to-back-to-back Super Crown champion. Congratulations from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Guys, we've been wasting our entire summer skating over this tiny cone.
Seriously, dude, this blows.
So what am I supposed to do about it?
I don't know, dude. Maybe get off your phone, stop playing that silly game. Maybe your mom can drive us somewhere. I don't know.
Silly, huh? Yo, dude, you got this, man. Check this out.
This summer's gonna rule.
The World Skate SLS 2019 World Championship has been brought to you by Tech Deck, official partner of Street League Skateboarding. We just witnessed one of the best finals of all time, and it couldn't happen at a better place and time. Here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, the Super Crown final at the 2019 World Championship. Nyjah Huston takes home another World Championship. That makes it 3 in a row for Nyjah. And Yuto Horigome from Japan was this close. And so too was Gustavo Ribeiro out of Portugal. What an incredible night here in Brazil, and we are going to send it down to our own Andrew Cannon.
Nyjah, how on earth are you able to overcome, oh, here we go. How are you able to overcome that pressure and that self-doubt? You fell on the cab flip back lip, and then you put down the 9.7.
Man, experience, a lot of experience out there, and just keeping myself hyped. You can see me before every go in the run section, the single trick section. I'm just always trying to keep myself hyped. Every time before my trick, I'm just trying to hype myself up as much as possible, and also the fucking crowd. I mean, the crowd's keeping us all so hyped out there, so shout out to them.
3 years in a row, what does this victory mean to you?
3 years, 3 years. I mean, it means so much. I was just saying the other day, yeah, guys, fuck yeah. I was just saying the other day how, like, the older I get, every contest I skate, the more happy I am to, like, be in the finals and be able to still be out there keeping up with the young guys, and let alone, I mean, still at a winning level, you know? I'm like, I mean, I'm the last OG out there in the finals, you know? I've been doing this for a while now, so it hasn't been easy keeping up with these guys. I mean, every contest, there's a couple new guys out there insane, and Yuto's an absolute machine. I mean, he's crazy out there, so it's not easy, but I'm stoked.
Well, that was one of the most amazing performances of all time. Congratulations to a job well done.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Congratulations indeed goes out to Nyjah Huston. And Monster Energy, highest scored trick of the night. Also, of course, goes to Nyjah Huston. Cab flip, backside lip slide, 9.7. That's one for the books. Put that on a highlight reel for life. Chris, that trick.
That just, there's so much going on there.
There's levels, and then there's next levels, and then somewhere above and beyond that is that cab flip, back lip, and Nyjah Huston.
Here's Nyjah Huston's bag of tricks.
Jeez, wow. So this is one of the greatest finals in the history of skateboarding, and we couldn't be more fortunate to be here to see it. So, once again, congratulations to all the skaters here in the final in Sao Paulo, but especially our winners and world champions, Pamela Rosa and Nyjah Huston, for taking Super Crown wins. So for Chris Cole, Andrew Cannon, and all of us at SLS, I'm Paul Zitzer. Thanks for watching.
Second, no. I was like, wait a minute, that's gold. Yeah. And I probably need to be on this side. Is this the titles and stuff? Yeah, I'm going to write it. Thank you. I do not have a pen.